Okay, and it's a real joy to be able to be here and celebrate Billy Joe's 75th birthday. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time I ever heard you do a poetry reading.
There have been a lot of people like that.
You know? No, I was thinking about this. I mean, we know each other for a long time, right? But I've never seen you actually do a poetry. I don't have a memory of you doing a poetry reading, right? And I know him primarily. I mean, my introduction to him was primarily as a poet. When we were both colleagues at Stony Brook, long time ago, and he was one of the people that we helped each other get through. You know, it was a pretty interesting gig. And here's the deal. You know, I also wanted to write a poem on the spot for Billy, but the poem would be "Why We Hate Billy." Right? I mean, because you know, I mean, after all, so many things we can hate him for. Look at this beautiful house, right? Don't you hate him? Don't you hate him? Yes, right? You know. And he's 75 years old. Does anyone notice an elevator in this building? He's 75 years old and he can go 3 flights of stairs. And look at him.
Elevators or bathrooms?
I understand. I get the dynamic, okay? But there was that. But the real reason to despise this guy is that he is 75 years old and he lives a life of the mind and he's not a prick. I mean, really, look at him. You run to him and he takes a look at you and outbeams joy. It isn't, you gave me a bad review. Or you're the guy who got the knife in the back to get ahead, or it's basically life of the mind. Look at him, happy, brilliant, and look at the results, right? Right? Look at this room, right? Right, and so to me, it's really a joy to be able to sit here and simply just, sort of like luxuriate in this moment, while he's still horizontal, and not, and not horizontal. I mean, because this is what we usually do when they're dead, right? We all talk about how much we loved him and what a joy he was, and what an incredible presence he was in our life, and all of this is true, but that never goes into the ears of the dead man, right? So it's really a pleasure to be able to do this, to say how much joy you brought into our lives, how much how much pleasure it is to have you as a friend, right, and how that really deepens our life. How's it been deepening our lives and make it some people make your life much more exciting and worth living. You depend on them. You think people think you think well it really sucks, and you think well Billy is in the world. This isn't so bad. He's okay. So let me start with a poem that's a New York poem. Let me get out of the way here. This is great. I'm hoping that, here we go, yes. And this is a New York poem. And the genesis of the poem is that my wife and I, we live in New York, and we still rent in New York, but around 2010 or 11, we actually bought a property upstate in a small town called Acra, which is close to a small town called Cairo in Greene County. And it's a kind of world where basically instead of calling it Cairo and Accra, you actually say it's Cairo and Acra. So up until that point, we were renters. The white couch that I found on the curb, a door or two down from the new school in New York, just at the moment my wife and I were looking for furniture for our new house. This is how marriage works. Guy and gal fall in love, gal moves in, the bachelor pad with the clean, white IKEA sofa is out. This is the way marriage works. Guy and gal buy house, guy and gal fight over what should go in it, Both problems get settled in the street. I sit on the couch. The couch is mine. I grab my cell phone. I call my wife at work. I found the couch. I cannot move or we lose the couch. The couch is perfect. The couch is free. I wait for Sarah. I guard the couch. Don't touch the couch. Don't consider the couch. And now it starts to rain. I will not move from the couch. And now the sun goes down. I will not budge from the couch. Sarah arrives. The couch is perfect. The couch is free. We guard the couch. We are too weak to lift the couch. We are too few to carry the couch. We feel the rain will soak the couch. We are on the couch, but let's be real, it's New York City. We're easy pickings on the couch. A truck might roll by and take the couch. Maybe we're not meant to have this couch. Maybe we're not worthy. Maybe the Greek gods are having fun with us. Look at them, fools, they will not budge from the couch. Then the torrent, the East Village skinhead, the cops. We need a car to carry the couch. We need some ropes to tie down the couch. One of us must leave the couch. One of us must guard the couch. I am the one who leaves the couch. I am the one who looks for Sarah's mom, who gives me her key, who lends us her car. I am the one who walks the streets searching for rope. Anyone who thinks New York never sleeps, search for rope after 9 p.m. I drift from grocery to magazine shop. What do they think I'm after? My friend, I need something heavier than twine. I examine package after package like a wine snob. Too thin, too short, not enough, half. Maybe they grunt at what I choose and wait for the headline tomorrow. Oh, yeah, that guy. Night has fallen on the couch. Rain is falling on the couch. My wife is sitting on the couch. What will happen next? How shall we lift the couch? How will we tie down the couch? How far will the couch go before it slips its strings and flies stone-like to the road? And who shall lie beneath the couch? And who shall sue us for this couch? This is when the doorman arrives. He's watched us find and guard the couch. He's watched us find a car to carry the couch. He sees us as we try to lift the couch. This is where the doorman arrives, like the wood chopper who breaks down the door and saves the red-hooded child, like the wand in the cartoon witch's hand that changes time, space, luck. This is the man who has the rope. This is the man who brings his muscles. And the couch is lifted to the roof of the tiny Chevy, and his rope becomes a tight fist of knots. And he tells us the story of how the couch landed on the curb just before I walked by, and how this happens all the time in the ex-East Bloc country he comes from. All this moving, he says, this is living, this is life. So let me see if I can find one more for Billy, two more for Billy. Ah, yes, here we go. This is from a memoir, and it's called, it's actually, I grew up in Rochester, New York, upstate New York, and this is the true story of the first time I had any encounter with poetry in any way, shape, or form. It's called poetry. Poetry. It's Valentine's Day, 4th grade, Nathaniel Rochester, school number 3. Today, we learn about poetry. Mrs. Edwards, our teacher, who is my age now, but very old then, has released a unit in her teaching guide concerning rhyme and meter. But I already know what I need to know. Like a good kid, my body automatically squirms at the word. Why? Have I ever read a poem before this? No, neither has any other child in the class. But the word just has that sound about it, like vegetables. That makes us want to shove our hands in our pockets and pout. It's a grown-up word, a suck the fun from out of the room word, like behave. Every kid winces as if the lips of a dreaded aunt were upon them. Today, class, Mrs. Edwards says in that hopeful tone I've grown to use myself over the years, you will choose a Valentine and write them a poem. But no one loves anybody this morning. The word poetry has clammed our affection up. Mrs. Edwards, however, has this going for her. She comes prepared. She is the third teacher we've had so far this year. Our first grew ill or pregnant. Our second, young, idealistic, maybe fresh from college, only lasted a few days. We could smell her fear. She wanted to be our friend, which is the weakest thing a new teacher could ever do. One afternoon in the middle of a lesson she knows we're not listening to, her voice begins to crack. Then she begins to sob. Her weeping eyes look out on a class that holds absolutely no pity. 20 odd, smug faces asking, "What are you doing here?" She slams her book on the desk and runs. Pleasure buzzes among ourselves. In the war between grown-ups and kids, this day is a lock of Custer's scalp. Mrs. Edwards understands that the only things a fourth grade class will understand is respect, earned through a little unspecified fear. Some people have a voice that tells a kid, don't try it. Mrs. Edwards lets us hear this voice on her first day with us. This is why, for this new exercise, we will moan quietly in our heads and take out a sheet of paper. Poetry. Mrs. Edwards, not wanting to waste all morning on this, has taken pity on us by writing out a group of words on the blackboard that end in the letter S. Use the words on the board, she says, to write your poem. Give the poem to your Valentine, or if you're too shy, to Mrs. Edwards, who will pin them unsigned on the bulletin board. Poetry. Our dumb pencils skate the paper. We shift in our seats. We sniffle, bored. Why do they ask this stuff of us? What do they want to know? How nosy can you get? Out of the forced near silence, the low rumble of business in the other classrooms, the sound of fingers brushing away erased words, the awful tick of the wall clock, come 4 lines into my head. SOS, I'm in a mess, and I need you, I must confess. Is that it? Is that what she wants? I'd rather be in gym class, bunched up in a corner with the rest of the skinny boys, fighting for our lives against the jocks in a game of dodgeball. Glances Mrs. Edwards when she reads it. Where does it go? Into some young girl's hand who couldn't care less, and I don't remember. And somehow, somewhere, deep in my wanna-be, a soldier, fireman, doctor, head. And finally, I'm going to read one more poem, and this is a poem that came about from asking my mother, how did you and my daddy meet? Now, both my parents are dead now, but you want to know, right? And the poem I'm going to read you is the story she told me. I've been teaching for a long time, and sometimes when people talk about workshop, we don't talk about just dumb luck, right? Sometimes you will just be in a situation where something will happen. You'll see something, or you'll hear something, or you take a look, and suddenly you'll realize that all you have to do is go home and lineate it. That's it. Someone's face is giving you this wonderful free poem. And as my mother was telling me the story, I was thinking, all I gotta do is go home and lineate it, and I've got this poem. I must have done something right? Yeah. So I wrote the poem, and the book was published, and when the book came out, I asked my mother again, and she told me a totally different story. And and I was irked at the time, but over the years I've sort of come to the realization that basically one of the things she might have been trying to tell me is, poetry boy, I don't owe you everything. It's not all raw material for your little jottings, right? This is the story I'm stuck with. I'm a fool to love you. Some folks will tell you the blues is a woman, some type of supernatural creature. My mother would tell you, if she could, about her life with my father, a strange and sometimes cruel gentleman. She would tell you about the choices a young black woman faces. Is falling in with some man a deal with the devil in blue terms, the tongue we use when we don't want nuance to get in the way, when we need to talk straight. My mother chooses my father after choosing a man who was, as we sing it, of no account. This man made my father look good. That's how bad it was. He made my father seem like an island in the middle of a stormy sea. He made my father look like a rock. And is the blues the moment you realize you exist in a stacked deck? You look in a mirror at your young face, the face my sister carries, and you know it's the only leverage you got. Does this create a hurt that whispers, how you gonna do? Is the blues the moment you shrug your shoulders and agree? A girl without money is nothing. Dust to be pushed about by any old breeze. Compared to this, my father seems, briefly, to be a fire escape. This is the way the blues works its sorry wonders. Makes trouble look like a featherbed. Makes the wrong man's kisses a healing. Happy birthday.